Hello everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to set up a CloudWatch alarm for the CPU utilization of your EC2 instance in such a way that whenever the CPU utilization goes beyond 40%, then you will get an email. So I have already created an SNS topic called stress alert and I've subscribed to it as well. So you will be getting an email from this topic, and I have already launched an EC2 instance, and the instance name is stress server. So let's check out its details. So it is a T2 micro configuration, that is one core CPU, and I have used Linux 2 AMI while launching this instance. And if we have a look at the inbound rules of this instance, says security group, then this is the inbound rule that we have. So the next thing is we need to set up an alarm for this instance. So I'll go to the CloudWatch service and I'll click on alarms. So then I'll click on create alarm. I'll select a metric for which I want an alarm. So I'll choose the EC2 metrics, per instance metrics. So here I need to choose the my instance ID and paste it over here. So I'll copy it and I'll paste it over here and I'll search for the metric. So I'll choose the CPU utilization metric for this. So here I have the CPU utilization metric. I'll click on select metric. So the next thing is we need to specify some conditions for our metric. So the metric's name is CPU utilization, and this alarm is being set for this instance whose name is stress server, and the statistic is average, and this metric will be monitored in 5 minutes interval, like after every 5 minutes. Scrolling down, we have the conditions threshold type is static, and so here we will be giving the threshold value. So whenever CPU utilization is greater than 40%, I want an alarm triggered. I'll click on next, and here, so whenever the CPU utilization goes beyond 40%, the alarm state becomes in alarm from insufficient data, and that is when I want an email. So that is what this condition says over here, and I'll select an existing SNS topic, that is stress alert, that I've shown you before, and that's it. I'll click on next. I'll set my alarm name as stress alarm, and the same goes for description as well. I'll click on next. So everything seems to be fine, and I'll click on create alarm. So now our alarm has been successfully created. So earlier the state was insufficient data since the alarm was just set up, and now the state is okay. That means the CPU utilization is within the defined threshold. So now the question arises how to increase the CPU utilization. So for that, I'm going to put some stress on the EC2 instance, and we'll see how to do that. So I'll go back to my EC2 dashboard. So let's just check its CPU utilization. Okay, it's below the specified threshold. Okay, so let's put some stress on this EC2 instance. So I'll connect to this. I'll click on connect. So the first command, I'll type sudo su, and let's just update our instance. So our EC2 instance has been successfully updated, and in order to increase the CPU utilization, I need to add some stress on to this on this EC2 instance. So the first command would be this one that I'm going to copy paste. I'd rather type it. It says sudo amazon linux extras install epel-y. Now I'll install stress onto this instance, that is sudo yum install stress-y. Okay, sudo yum, yeah. Now the stress has been successfully installed on our EC2 instance. So now I will start applying stress on to this EC2 instance. So I'd say stress hyphen c 400 hyphen time out 240. So let's just inspect this command. So what I'm doing here is I'm applying stress, and you can consider this 400 as the magnitude of stress that you're applying on the server, and this stress is going to last for 240 seconds. So it's basically 400 threads that will be lasting for 240 seconds. So stress is being applied on our server. Let's just go to the EC2 dashboard and see the CPU utilization. So as of now it's really low and we have started applying stress. I'll refresh it, and if you see it's slightly increasing. So I think I need to apply a bit more stress. So I'll just repeat the same command, but this time I'll apply a stress of 1000 or 1000 threads, which are going to last for 240 seconds. So I'll say enter. So now let's just check the CPU utilization. Now if you see, the CPU utilization has crossed 40%, that is beyond the defined threshold. So as per our expectation, we should receive an email now. So let's just check that. I'll go to my email, and here you see I got an email saying that the CPU utilization has crossed the defined threshold, that is 40%. So yeah, these are all the alarm details and stuff. And let's just see our alarm state as well. So it's the state is in alarm. Earlier it was okay because the utilization was below the threshold. Now it has crossed the threshold, as we can see here. So this is how we set up a CloudWatch alarm for our EC2 instance. And thanks a lot for watching. Please like, share and subscribe. See you in the next video.